Welcome to the Comedy Here Often podcast. I'm your host, Kevy. This week on the show, Randee Neumeyer and Fatima Dhowre. Check. Check.
Check.
Check.
Check. Check.
Check.
Check.
Check.
Is this far away enough? Can I talk like
You are in a perfect space. Actually, let me...
See, you don't have to go like that.
Can you use it in a sentence, please?
Thank you for coming, my friends.
My pleasure.
Are we recording?
We're recording.
Okay, so
I feel like every podcast begins like
That's
that.
what I said. It's only a real podcast if that question gets asked at the beginning.
Are we recording?
We were just talking about Juggalo culture, and I was really excited that Fatima knows so much about it.
I shouldn't. Everyone is judging me.
No, that's a cool thing. It's a niche market.
I know too much about too much crap.
have you seen one in public?
Oh yeah, I've seen one in public. I used to know a Juggalo.
Really? What did they do for a living? Stop bragging.
I used to work with them in retail.
Really?
Yeah.
Do they wear
Where's-
their paint all the
No,
time?
they were not allowed.
Oh,
Is this at Spencer's Gifts?
It was at HMB.
That's a juggalo job.
It
Yeah.
is, yeah.
I
It
worked
really
there.
is. It really is.
I worked there in the jazz and classical department.
Oh, no way. The
What?
one?
Yeah.
Was Dave your manager?
Yes. Bald
Dave-
guy?
Yes, Dave used to
Whoa.
be my manager at the Metrotown store.
Really?
Before he moved to your store.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's so weird.
Connection.
That store was crazy. Like, people would come in, like celebrities would come in a lot.
Yeah.
And I actually have an amazing story about Gary Oldman coming in.
No way.
And
I love Gary Oldman.
Me too. He may be my favorite actor.
Oh, sadness.
But he really is, doesn't want to be.
He didn't die.
No. Gary Oldman is alive. I'm thinking Alan Rickman.
Yeah.
I'm still sad.
I
like-
also still love Gary Oldman.
I like Gary Oldman, but he's problematic.
laugh.
Fave.
Is he?
Oh yeah.
What did he do?
He beat his wife.
He's a wife beater.
He's a wife beater.
Man.
Not in the good way. Not
Well-
in the Summer Beach way.
Well, that's going to make this story a whole different kind of story. But basically what happened is he'd come in and he didn't like being recognized. So he'd wear like his version of a disguise, which was big pimp glasses. Like
So inconspicuous.
Yeah. I mean, it's like you'd be like, that guy's weird looking, but you would never think that's Gary Oldman. You know?
Yeah.
And he was wearing like a detective's hat and a trench coat and stuff. And he'd always buy Criterion Collection DVDs.
Of course he would. Because it's
Right?
Gary Oldman.
Yeah, it's very classy. And I was always the cashier, and he'd always come up, and I would never acknowledge that he was
He's
Gary
You
Oldman.
never do. You
Yeah.
never do.
And then I'd just be like, how's your day? And he'd kind of whatever. He'd be somewhat polite.
Mm-hmm.
And one time I was on break, and I was leaving, and I saw him going up there, and he was like, excuse me, sir. Excuse me. Are you on break right now? Because I guess he liked when I would ring him in. I was like, yeah. And he was like, fuck. Okay. And he
Because nobody would address other people
yeah.
would address it. You know?
Yeah, I think so. And then so
Yeah.
he went up and the cashier carded him. And this is amazing what he did. He's like, the guy's like, I'm going to need to see some ID. And Gary Oldman grabbed the copy of Batman Begins and went, here's my fucking ID, and threw it in his face. And I was like, oh, like that was so rude, but so awesome too.
I want to be an old white man when I grow up.
Yeah,
They get to do the best thing.
I know.
Yeah, but I have to be an old white woman. Complain to the manager.
You don't have anything to look forward to.
I know.
That's its own superpower. I remember Cyndi Lauper came in once and she was wearing like a Technicolor dress. She wasn't trying to look inconspicuous at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's
Yeah.
like, I'm not Cyndi Lauper.
Yeah.
Don't ask me who I am.
Did you have any? Do you have any stories from when you worked there?
Oh my goodness, I have so many stories.
Oh man.
This one time, so we had I worked at this store that was newly opened in Metrotown because at some point in Metrotown there was 2 HMVs. Why?
Really?
Like this? Like I'm Richard Nixon. I'm not sure.
I am not a crook.
There was 2 HMVs. I swear. There was 2, and the one that I was under, or the one that I was at, was under the food court, and we
Okay.
had a really bad theft problem.
Oh yeah.
Like really bad. People would just like walk in while I'm like, hey, how's it going? Can I help you with anything? No. 2 minutes later.
Whoa! They weren't even trying to hide
They
it.
wouldn't even hide it, and they just ran out the door because we were right beside an exit.
Oh my god.
And most of the time they'd have like a car waiting, or they just ran it. I can't chase them. I'm at a store.
Yeah.
I can't just be like, hey, customer, can you watch the store for a minute? I'm just gonna go chase that guy that took all our shit.
Yeah.
And so, like, that was a big problem that happened all the time. Probably the funniest thing that ever happened to me, and both the scariest thing that ever happened to me, was there was a person that was obsessed with my nose there.
Really?
Yeah, someone was obsessed with my nose. One of our
It's very
customers.
small.
It's very small and petite for a black person. It's almost like
True.
I had surgery, but I haven't. I just have a small nose.
Like, what would they say?
She'd be like, oh, it was like this tall, really like heavy set Samoan woman.
Yeah.
She looked like she was Samoan, and she was obsessed with my nose. She's like, I love your nose. Your nose is like, it's magic. I'm like, oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Would you like a
Actually-
bag with
Yeah.
It is pretty good.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I was looking at it from the side.
got
It's
a
a very
good
nice
nice
nose.
profile.
Yeah.
Anyway, so one time the store was over. Sorry, my brain.
I mean, it is now.
I have a thing called aphasia where sometimes my words in my brain sound like they're the right word, and
Yeah.
then they come out of my mouth and it's not the right word.
I understand.
So it's so the store was closed, and I had a friend, my best friend at the time. She's now religious and crazy. Worked at KFC.
You don't want to be a friend anymore?
She didn't want to be my friend anymore. Who knew? She worked upstairs, and we lived right beside each other at the time. So like we'd always we'd close and we'd go home together. And so I went upstairs to the food court, and while I was going upstairs, I saw this nose person climbing up the escalator too from the other side.
no.
And then I was like, have you ever been to Metrotown Food Court?
Yeah.
I'm like way at the front.
Yeah.
And they're coming up the one on the back.
Yeah.
And there's nobody in the food court except for us.
Oh no.
It's like the beginning of a horror movie.
Yeah.
And I can see them from the other side, and they're like, Fatima! And I'm like, oh, this is when I die. This is for sure when I die. So I literally, I was fight or flight. I booked it to the KFC. I ran like a maniac to the KFC, and I fucking vaulted over the top like I
Wow.
was like a spy or some shit.
Yeah.
And my friend was like, what's going on? Why'd you go? And I was like, there's the nose person is there. The nose person is there. Protect me. And then she went on. They're like, oh, I saw Fatima slide back there.
Slide back there. It's like she didn't catch the hint.
She's like, is she okay? She's like, yeah, she's fine. She just had an emergency.
Yeah. You're the emergency.
Yeah,
Doesn't want
oh
to talk
my
to you.
God. I was genuinely afraid for my life because there was times at the store where I'd be like, can you help me?
Oh man.
She's back.
Yeah. And there's no
Go to the back now.
Well,
no
what do you
escape.
think
Cut
she'd
some
do if she got
her
you?
nose off.
Cut my nose off. What do you mean?
Duh, Randy.
Do you never watch? What about Buffalo Bill? Come on.
Oh, I know Buffalo Bill.
Oh, I know Buffalo Bill.
I was like, you're the serial killer person. Come on. You know you should
I
know
only
all
like the
this
hits
stuff.
though.
You only like the hits. You're right.
She's a top seller serial killer fan. She isn't like the
Yeah.
lower
You know,
rung.
I just like a
nose
John Wayne
cutters.
Gacy or a Dahmer.
She's trying to make a name for herself, Randy.
Randy, who's your favorite serial killer?
Actually, it's probably
She's
It's actually okay.
Seriously.
I actually I haven't really thought about this before, but
She's a great question.
I have
though.
a top 3.
yeah.
So obviously John Wayne Gacy.
Right.
Obviously.
Because
Great
did you
clown
know
costume.
he managed 2 KFCs
Really?
While he
Brought
was
it right
murdering.
back
while he was
around.
murdering?
Wow, multitasker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like Gus Fring from Breaking Bad.
Oh,
Oh.
right. Yeah.
Fuck.
See, I talk about juggalos, and everyone's like, I know exactly what you're talking about. Make a Breaking Bad reference.
But
Well,
that's
I
like
forgot
Breaking
the
Bad
name.
so
As
how
soon
many,
as you reminded me, I was like, oh, yeah, that guy.
yeah, I haven't watched Breaking Bad in forever. But
Tell me what else you love about John Wayne Gacy.
that he would just show up at parties dressed as a clown, not invited.
Didn't give a fuck.
That is pretty suspect behavior.
Yeah, there was this comedian, I saw him at Yuck Yucks once. He bombed, but I was laughing so hard. I don't even know who he was. I have like who I think he might have been. He might have been the Sammy guy that I just re-met. a few months ago, but he had this joke about John Wayne
Just,
Gacy.
like, outed someone after having a bad set on
No, but I thought it was really
just like
His name was
glossed
Sammy.
over it. You're like, yes, his name is Sammy. He lives at 123 Drury Lane.
He bombed. Anyway,
he has
I had a
this-
great set that night. So anyway,
He has this joke where he's John Wayne Gacy and he kicks open a door on stage like dun, 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 dun.
Where he like pretends he's the clown.
Yeah, where he pretends he's the clown. And I was laughing
That's
so hard.
pretty
And yeah, no one else was laughing.
It was a joke for you, Randy.
he's like, "Oh shit, that's my best serial killer material."
People
wasted.
don't like serial killer material.
People don't think like mass murder is ripe for laughter. What's so crazy?
Yeah. Do you have?
true.
You must have some crazy day job stories because you've been a server and stuff.
Oh, yeah, I used to serve you. Do you remember?
What?
I used to serve you at Boston Pizza.
Wow. Oh yeah, the one right by my apartment.
Yeah.
It's so funny because I always thought you looked familiar and I wasn't sure why.
But like I remember you would always come in when like I was switching over.
Yeah.
So like I would always be like, so like, do you need anything else?
Oh,
like,
yeah.
can you pay up? Like,
Yeah.
and I always felt bad about it.
Oh no, that's okay. I would like going in there just with my laptop and then there'd just be like some bullshit sports on in the
Yeah.
background because I hate editing. And so if you can like make it slightly more fun,
Yeah.
with, like a beer or something, it just
Yeah.
makes it better. That's so crazy. You must have some sports hooligan stories from working there.
Hooligans.
So this clown kicks open the door, right?
I don't think anything sport like there used to be UFC.
Oh yeah.
All those people.
like
Oh,
the
I don't want to
UFC show.
insult my UFC audience.
I mean, they are a core part of your audience.
Yeah, it is your demo. It is your demo.
I actually went to watch UFC when I was in Edmonton, and
Oh yeah.
we had a
I
good
forgot.
time. Yeah.
Yeah.
You went to the actual event?
No, I went to a
like,
bar
watch
and
it in the
watched
bar.
it.
Okay.
Yeah, with my friend Ashley, who like you would never think would like UFC, but she started dating a guy from Europe who was really into it.
Yeah.
And yeah, we just watched it, and that's it. That's the story.
UFC is one of those things where people that don't like any other sports or anything like it, and then nothing
Yeah.
else.
Yeah.
A lot of people I know like it. Where I'm like, you like UFC? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It is kind of the most.
It's just trendy. I think it's trendy.
I think you might be right. I think people think they should like it,
Yeah, that's exactly why some people like it.
but it's pretty crazy. It's pretty fucking barbaric. Like.
It is, but it's a lot of build up for like the last one
minute
I watched
of-
where
Yeah.
as soon as it started, the guy like leapt up, hit the guy in the
just,
neck,
like-
and it was done. It was
Yeah.
over.
Yeah,
I know.
literally knee him in the neck.
Knee-
I remember
kneed him in the
that.
neck,
I was like,
yeah.
And then I was like, oh, okay.
And then they're like, he might have brain damage, and everyone's like, yeah.
Gonna die at 40 probably. Yeah. Yeah, fuck football.
God.
It takes too long for that brain damage. Let's get it all done in a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, but when I watch it though, I'm like, I could do that.
I bet you could. I bet you'd be good.
In the octagon.
In the octagon of viciously verbally attacking someone, yes.
You would win. You would win every time.
Octagon of roast battle. You two are both awesome at roast battle. It's kind of this. It's kind of similar. It's as confrontational.
It is. It is. I love it.
What's preparation like for that?
For roast
Well,
battle?
Like,
well,
do-
I was the host, so I was I have since handed off the reins because I hate producing shows.
Fair
Oh,
enough.
yeah.
It's a lot of work with not much
With no
thanks.
payoff.
Yeah,
Exactly.
true.
Yeah, and so he seems to be having a lot of fun with it with John. So I'm more than
Oh yeah,
enough to
when
give it away to
when
them.
John's like song choices for some people, I'm like,
Oh gosh. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I think it's like one of the biggest things that people mess up with when they're writing roasts is that they write roasts that are too inside track.
Okay.
Too
Yeah.
inside knowledge, like without the context of understanding like what that joke is about. If a regular person heard it, they wouldn't think it's funny.
Oh yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah,
okay.
and so like same thing applies to like regular jokes. Like, why wouldn't you work to make that joke as funny as possible to most people? than
Yeah.
to just like the 20 people that read the Vancouver Stand-Up Comedy Forum.
Yeah. Oh man. I had to leave that forum because it was hurting my feelings.
Oh my God, I'm thinking about leaving. I'm like, ugh,
It's
I am
idiot.
a moderator. I cannot leave.
oh man, it's like just seeing my friend slam my other friend, and then my other friends jump in, and it's like, oh my God,
Yeah.
this is so. It's hurting my feelings.
It is. It's kind of heartbreaking at times, but it's also really entertaining.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, it can be very
Like
entertaining.
Dino Archie was like, yeah, I joined for the drama. I
For
want
the
to see
drama,
that.
yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, and there's like a lot of unsolicited advice in there.
Oh my God, always from people who never do comedy.
Yes.
And you're like,
People that have no
why
right
are you
giving
here?
advice. I don't feel qualified to give advice, and I just did a taping of Just for Laughs. So, like, what do they think they're doing?
I don't know. It's hard to watch. It's like that's like the part of Facebook that's my least favorite.
Oh,
Yeah.
me too.
What's your least favorite social media platform, you think?
Twitter.
Oh, I love Twitter.
I love Twitter
I
too.
love and hate Twitter. Twitter is a horrible and a wonderful place at the same time. It's where the internet should be. If there was an internet nuclear bomb, I think I would either be torn between 4chan or Twitter.
Twitter has the best jokes, though.
Yeah.
Like Neil Brennan's so funny on there. Like if
Yeah.
comedians choose to be funny on there, it can be really
It can
good.
be really
Oh,
good.
yeah.
Yeah.
Which is why the whole reason I'm on there and the reason why I like it is
Yeah.
because there's so many funny comedians. Like I like all of Randee's tweets. They're very funny.
Oh, she's hilarious.
But I'm
The
bad
Sex
at
and the
Twitter.
City one,
Yeah.
amazing. Godzilla's
Follow
dick.
Randee on Twitter, guys.
Yeah, it's Randy with 2 E's, Randy Noodle.
Nice plug. Nice plug. Nice plug. I think my least favorite's Instagram.
Yeah.
Oh, I used to not like it, but now
I
I
love it now.
I like
Do you?
doing stories
Yeah,
because
stories
it's
are
so
fun.
dumb.
Yeah. It's just the success of the worst people, I think, is on there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
That's the hard part. That's the
It's
hard
like
pill
it's
to
like the
swallow.
people who couldn't do Twitter because they're not good enough at writing jokes. They
Oh,
go
yeah.
to
I thought you were saying
Instagram.
because they don't know how to talk.
Oh
to a
no,
person.
there's
Oh,
a
that-
few
that too.
comics. There's a few comics on Twitter where I'm like, just stay on Instagram.
More selfies, okay? Just more selfies.
Instagram.
They're funnier than your
This
jokes.
place isn't for you.
Yeah. It's weird though, like
That's me. I'm one of them.
No, it's not. She has so many drafts
What a
that she
shock.
doesn't
I
post.
I'm like dozens of drafts in my Twitter. I'm like, no one will ever think these are funny.
oh, you should read them right now.
I have a couple.
See, you're not that at Twitter.
That should
You're
be a
like
segment on the
okay.
podcast. I'm serious. Tweet drafts.
That's a great.
That's a great
podcast.
segment!
That's a great segment.
That is a good segment.
Everyone has them. Everyone
Oh, man.
has them.
Oh, and then we have to be supportive with
Yes,
Fatima's
of course.
tweet
Of course.
drafts. I'm so excited for this. This is amazing. I can't believe Lauren left.
I don't tweet so much. I already forgot where they fucking are, man.
There, go in your profile.
This is great.
Okay, I'm in my profile.
Let me see.
Oh, there they are.
Yeah.
Oh, I found it. They fucking change the buttons, man. Okay, I wrote. I went hiking once, got lost, and by lost I mean I sat down and forgot how to get back. So I was like, well, I guess I live in the forest now.
I like that one.
Yeah, that one's good.
I like that one. That could be a meme, I think, like a forest meme with that over top of it. And then you just
Forest
live out
meme.
there. Forest meme sounds like a guy, like a cool guy's name, maybe.
I have this one. I never put up, but you have to see it with the GIF, or it means nothing.
Oh, okay.
It means nothing without the GIF, and the GIF isn't loading.
Okay, well, you have to tell the audience what
Okay,
the gift
Yeah, yeah.
so the GIF is what's that character's name? The crackhead character from
Tyrone
Dave
Biggums.
Chappelle. You
Yeah.
got it. I was like,
Oh,
I know
yeah.
it starts with a T, but I don't remember. So it's like a GIF of him like scratching his
Yeah,
neck,
yeah,
like
yeah.
classic Tyrone. And then it says, growing up poor with siblings, if you came home with a treat, they immediately start negotiating with you like, yo, let me lick the Dunkaroos. I wash the dishes for a week.
That's good.
Why is that in the drafts? That's a top shelf tweet.
Yeah, that's a good tweet.
See, I knew that would be a good segment. What are y'all's least favorite article of clothing that you see on people?
that I see on other people.
Yeah, like I'll start off. I'll kick it off as an
Okay.
example. I don't like when guys have visible threading in their jeans and bedazzled back pockets.
Okay.
Yes.
So
I agree with that.
what do you see out there that's bugging you?
Ooh, I really hate. I know everybody loves them, but I really hate pieces of clothing that have fringe on it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, really?
Don't like fringe.
What kind of fringe? Like,
know,
like just like the
know,
little.
like-
Randy
like
hides her
really
fringe
dangly.
purse.
Oh,
No, like it just looks like.
She's like,
I actually want a fringe like leather jacket.
I'd be like, you will never be seen in public with me.
like
I'll
like a
judge
like. Do you mean like a scarf?
Yeah, like not like. I mean, like a scarf is okay. I mean, just like people who have like full on like jackets with like Randy was describing with like
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
giant fringes. Or,
I do have a
like-
tank top with fringe on the sides.
Yeah, I fucking hate it.
I didn't
It's like,
mean
what
to,
do you want to wear? A shag carpet on your body?
Yes.
I didn't mean to cause a rift between you with this question.
Okay, I understand now.
Okay, I understand that. Does it occur to you as like just too dated?
Yeah, it does feel a little bit dated. I also don't like capes. I don't like that everybody's wearing capes now.
Oh.
Since when is capes a thing?
I think you just look at a lot of vampires.
Really?
that-
You
No,
don't-
no, I mean, like, I have not noticed it that much.
There
I
is
haven't seen
capes
a lot of cape.
everywhere.
Are we talking, like,
Like, I mean, like,
that thread that goes, like, here?
no, I mean, like, full-on cape, you know, like, where it's, like, actual cape, and then they have, like, there's, like, a line that goes here, too, for the front, and there's, like, a hole for their arm, you know, like,
Oh.
like capes.
Oh no, those are just like blanket smocks, right?
Yeah,
Those aren't real.
I'm picturing like
they
a
call them capes.
like
Oh,
a
I-
Mexican blanket,
Yeah.
like the gunfighters would wear in movies I've seen
Yeah,
before.
like,
Yeah.
poncho.
Poncho.
Yeah, it's like a
It's like
Updated
a fancy
poncho.
white person poncho.
a white lady poncho.
A white lady poncho.
Yeah.
I mean, the title alone. Steve
Steve.
has 10. Steve has 10 of them. What about you, Randy?
Okay, so I have a weird thing about sandals.
Oh,
I don't wear sandals at all,
Me either.
and I didn't wear any in the summer at all, except for like heeled sandals is like a
like
thing.
I
like I have really nice like vagabonds heeled
thought you were gonna say
sandals.
I have really nice feet. So
I do have nice feet, but I hate
Feet are gross.
I hate flip flops. Flip flops are the most disgusting
I hate
invention.
that sound that they make.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
No, I'm with you.
You know what I
I'm
mean?
with you.
That
I don't
sound.
think anyone should wear flip flops ever.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
unless you're in a shower
Yeah,
and
if
you're
showering,
scared.
Like at the pool,
you're in a
maybe.
third
Work.
world country.
Yeah.
That is okay.
Yeah, yeah,
You
that's
just
what
try
I'm
not to
saying.
get a
You wear
foot
flip-flops.
problem in a public pool, then you wear them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it seems like every Birkenstock I've ever seen is just filthy. I don't even care
Yeah.
how new it is. It looks old as
Oh,
fuck.
yeah.
My Birkenstocks, I've had them since fucking 2003.
Ugh, they probably stink.
I'll bring them over to your house. You can smell them in person.
This fashion question I've asked is just causing problems. Maybe I should stop it.
We're not going to be best friends anymore.
Flip-flops are like those shower sandals. Like,
they're-
which would offend you more? Like,
They're the same thing.
Flip flops or shower sandals.
Shower sandals are...
The shower ones
Yeah.
are so bad because they're so slim.
They're so thin.
And people wear them as actual sandals,
Yeah.
thinking that we won't notice. We
Like, bitch,
notice.
we see the thickness, okay?
We know the difference between a shower shoe and a flip flop.
Yeah.
I also can't believe when people wear them on planes.
Oh.
What are you doing?
Those are the people
the
that like
fuck is
stick
wrong
their
with
feet
people?
in between
Yes!
your armrest.
Oh,
international bus. Like, that,
Yeah.
one sits on.
oh God.
Yeah.
Disgusting.
Yeah, I also think it's not fair you can just bring outside food onto a plane now because it seems like everybody does that.
I do.
Only likes eating onions or onion rings or like hard-boiled eggs or just
And then,
whatever
like,
the
or tuna.
yeah, just
Yeah.
the most potent. You know what I mean?
Yep.
That doesn't
I know
seem
exactly what you
fair.
mean.
Yeah. Okay. This question, I feel like I should stop asking.
It's very
It never makes anybody happy, especially me. Do either of you have phobias?
Oh yeah.
What's your phobia?
Yeah. What?
I hate moths. You
Oh
know
yeah,
this.
I have clothing moths right now. So. Fatima, you're lucky you didn't come over to watch Blade.
I'm so
I love that you love Blade.
I had a
fucking
Blade
love
watch
Blade.
party.
She did have a Blade watch party. I didn't go.
It's great because I had just made my girlfriend watch it. She's like, I don't know. I'm like, trust me, it's like kind of gothy and film noir. You'll like
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
The first
Yeah.
one is. The first one's amazing.
It's great. I love
Yeah.
the first one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm excited to see the new one.
So wait,
Yeah,
can you
yeah.
please tell me about your moth phobia? How did it happen? How does it manifest itself?
So when I was a kid, we all had different groups of cousins, and I was the eldest of my group of cousin, like age group, because they
Okay.
were all kind of like born at different times. And because I was the oldest of my group, I got to torture the cousins below me. But because I was the youngest of the other group, they tortured me.
Okay.
So, two-way street. So one time I was with my cousins at like my aunt's house, and they were babysitting me, and they were torturing me as usual. And they tossed me into a closet
Oh.
in the basement, and the closet was filled with moths.
Oh.
Like filled with moths. Like the same moths that you have now.
Yeah.
And I was just stuck in there probably for like close to an hour.
Oh.
Yeah. And so it really
So it's like
Made a stamp on me.
claustrophobia
Yeah.
and moth phobia all together.
Yeah, I'm over the claustrophobia thing now. That took me a while to get over, but I still get like really antsy if I'm stuck in an elevator or something.
Really?
Yeah, but the moths, it
Yeah.
gets me. I could be around them in the same room, but if
Yeah.
it touches me
But,
in
like-
any way, I'm gonna fucking flip out.
You gotta look up at close-up pictures of moths because they're so cute. Like they're so floofy.
Foofy?
Floofy. Yeah. Google it.
You know what, Randy? You can go fuck yourself.
Wow. And so, are you afraid of any other insects?
I mean, I'm not a big fan of spiders, but like if there's a spider on the table, I'd be like, I don't want it crawling on me, but it doesn't instill the same fear that
Yeah.
like, moths do.
Yeah.
It's like instinct. I can't control it. I'm trying to get over it.
Yeah.
But I'm not quite there yet.
Okay. Randy,
Yeah.
do you have any phobias?
I don't know. I think so. I used to be afraid of heights, so probably
How did you
that.
conquer it?
I did. Well, actually, I used to go on roller coasters all the time.
I used to be and I still am.
And go on water slides, but I went to West Edmonton Mall this summer, and me walking up to a water slide was like, I was shaking. I was like, I had anxiety. I was like, my head hurts. I can't do this.
My head hurts.
Gina was with me, and I was like, I have a headache from this. And she was like, me too. We were like, all these kids were going past us. We're like, we don't give a shit.
You went to that pool.
I love it. I love the wave pool.
Yeah.
That's good.
I remember when we were there, I just looked in. I was like, no,
Oh, yeah.
it's too many people. There's
I'm a
lot of piss in there for
non-participant.
sure.
I don't want to go where there's a bunch of people swimming.
I don't either, but like the kids kept hitting me in the wave pool, and they were like offended that they hit me, and I was
They're
like,
like,
Well, how dare you?
How dare like I should be hitting you.
That is the natural order of things, child.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Okay. So, but you're not so much afraid of heights anymore?
No, I am. Okay, I guess I am because. Yeah, I tried to go on I can't go on roller coasters.
Yeah.
Even the thought of it now freaks
Yeah.
me out. And me and my dad used to go on all of them.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
I
Because,
wish I could go
yeah.
on them.
Now I think
can't.
about dying all the time. I was watching a movie last night, and I phased out, and I was like, I'm going to die one day. That happens to me all the time.
Isn't it sad when you like get a wave of like
Realization.
reality?
Yeah.
And you're just like, oh my God, I'm gonna die. Oh, it's over now.
Oh,
It happens to
man.
me like once every few months.
Yeah.
Really?
Same. Yeah.
You just get real in your own brain.
Yeah.
It's like, stop wasting your life. You could die.
Oh, man. Doesn't that give you a new lease on life, though?
Yeah, for like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Then it's back to the status quo.
Do you guys believe in ghosts? Or have you ever had a ghost experience?
I believe in ghosts.
I say no to both.
Wow.
Don't
Rarity.
believe in ghosts, and I've never had a ghost experience.
You are the first person on here to say that.
Really?
Yeah. I
Why
haven't
does
either.
everybody believe in ghosts?
I haven't either. What's your experience?
I don't really have an experience. It's just I've heard so many stories that I don't believe that people would lie about it.
Mm.
You know, like I believe the victims.
You're like, I see you, Ghost Adventurers.
You're starting a movement right now, right?
It's like Ghost 2.
Hashtag I believe boo. That's so good.
Me boo, me boo. It's right there. It's right there, guys.
Holy shit. That's what this episode is called. Me boo. What stories did you hear that make you believe it?
Well, I listened to My Favorite Murder, where they get like ghost stories all the time. And then I actually worked with a woman who, like, we are enemies now, but she
Unrelated.
unrelated. She used to tell me she was like susceptible to like ghosts, and she had like multiple stories about things that happened to her. And I believed her, even though I think she might be a sociopath.
Wow. That's crazy because you usually don't believe those.
That's true. I know a few. Guys, I do comedy.
There are many of them.
Wow. Okay. That's so interesting. I like that you can just be like, yeah, I have an enemy. So anyway.
Also,
I gotta see her on Monday.
Also, I watched this show called Paranormal Survivor.
Oh my god.
Which is like it's a Canadian show, and it's people who tell their stories while people reenact it. And it's really low budget. And it's really good.
It's like it's so bad it's so good. It's one of those.
Yeah, it's one of those.
Reenactments are always funny.
my
It doesn't
God.
matter what it is. That's why drunk history is hilarious.
Oh, exactly.
You know,
and
it's
then
just
they reenacted exactly word for word,
Yeah.
stuttering and
Yeah.
pauses and burps and everything.
it's like the
best.
worse the storyteller, the better the reenactment.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
100%.
That's great. Wow.
It's my favorite way to learn history.
It's the only
true.
way I learn history.
Yeah.
I like that you're just like, yeah, I got this enemy at my job. I'm like, are you comfortable with that kind of thing? Like, I really get twisted up. Like, oh fuck, I got to see that person tonight.
Oh,
Like, as comedians, you guys must have to see people you don't
Yeah.
like all the time.
All the time.
Oh, yeah.
All the time. You get used to it.
Yeah.
When I started a comedy, I remember the first thing, now I'm like, hindsight, that shouldn't have been the first thing anybody said. It should have been, she's funny. But
Yeah.
the first thing people would say was, she's nice.
Yeah.
She's a nice lady. And then, then people got to know me like Randee. I'm not that nice. I'm just very nice and civil and projecting, but
Yeah. I've seen Fatima go off on someone.
Wow. I can't even imagine
so
that.
much so that this person, we're now okay. I won't say names, but Randee saw me really pop off on someone. 'Cause
Really?
I'm really nice and cordial.
This person did lie about what they did
Oh.
to Fatima's face,
Yeah.
which was
I
like,
don't care for lying to my
Yeah.
and it was like I witnessed the entire thing, so I was kind of like, why are you lying?
Randee was there.
You're not gonna get away with this, you idiot.
Exactly. Randee
my
could confirm
goodness.
that this is all a lie.
I think that's cool. You were able to like hold your ground and confront them about it.
Oh,
though.
I'm one of those. I'm gonna probably die from social justice. Someone's gonna murder me for sticking up for a complete stranger.
Oh, I love that.
For
You're like
sure,
a
for sure.
vigilante.
I am a vigilante. Kevin, my ex-husband, former guest of the podcast. Really cool. Don't worry, guys. We're cool.
Yeah.
He's always afraid of. He's like, you're gonna get yourself killed. He's like, don't say anything. Don't say anything. Anytime
man.
we're in one of those situations.
I thought he was a person who popped off, though.
He has anger problems. Very public about those on stage.
Yeah.
But no, he's not really for much.
Oh,
for
he doesn't
social
stand
justice.
up for people.
No.
That's the difference.
Oh, Randee.
No, I'm just kidding.
No, it's like we backtalked him.
It's so weird you have
Not
enemies.
intended to do that. He's a good guy. He's a good guy.
Yeah. Yeah. But that's like I really feel like if it's awkward in a room and if there's like that kind of thing, are you guys affected by that kind of thing?
if it's like the awkward tension in
Yeah,
a room.
just it's like
Yeah.
I will have to be
I
like,
feel
we
like-
have to address this, or I just don't want to be in this room.
Oh yeah, I feel the tension. I always have to address it. I
Yeah.
can't let it sit.
Yeah.
It always feels weird if you just let it sit.
But that's what I'm saying is you guys have to be around people all the time.
Yeah.
And so, but it doesn't seem like a group of people that resolve things very often.
That's
we're
true.
Bad. We're bad at resolving things.
I mean, musicians are no better, but we just see each other a lot less.
Yeah, that's true. So you don't really have to
You know?
deal with things so much.
Yeah.
I feel like people just like kind of pretend like nothing happened, or they just ignore each other.
Yeah, or they ignore each other. Exactly. There's legitimately people in this scene that I just straight up don't talk to.
In a very
anymore.
small green room.
Yeah,
You just
yeah.
look right past them.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh, I can ice someone out like nobody's business.
That's another great skill. You're very talented.
Yes. Many skills.
That's great. Okay, my friends. Well, that's kind of it. What do you guys got coming up? You and I are recording an album.
Yes. November 29th at Little Mountain Gallery.
So
2 shows.
2 shows. One at 8, one at probably 10:30.
Okay.
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you and I need to figure out yours.
I know. I'm so sorry. I was talking to Randee about this. I was actually writing some new jokes that I want to put on the album.
Great.
I'm feeling very
No
very happy about it.
no rush, Fatima. No rush.
I don't want to rush it, guys.
Well, thank you for coming on. What is your social media? Randee Noodle.
Yeah, Randee Noodle on Instagram and Twitter.
I'm Fatima Dhowre on Instagram and Twitter and Facebook.
Where you can hear her do this voice.
Yeah, you can. This is what I the whole time.
Are you
it was
mocking
a
me?
regular-
That is exactly what you sound like.
This is what Randee sounds like. Normally. It's her regular voice.
But more like a baby.
more like a baby.
A baby. Yeah,
Like a
a sexy baby who loves Blade. Thank you.
spin class.
Bye. Oh yeah, and spin class. Bye guys.
Creation on your face as soon as we start talking about it. You're like, damn it, Fatima.
Okay, I know we said bye, but it turns out some people in here do have ghost stories.
Okay, so this one time at band camp. No.
Oh my god.
Sick American Pie reference.
So on top of it, guys, really up with pop culture. This one time when I was a teenager, I was like waking up from sleep, as teenagers do, and I had complete at the time I thought it was a ghost because I was like, there's no other explanation for it. It has to be a ghost.
Yeah.
Nobody told me this happens to you. And then later on, of course, I found out it's sleep paralysis.
Yeah.
Oh man.
But I remember just lying down on my bed like this. I couldn't move a freaking bone or muscle. My eyes could move. That's all I could do. And I was like, oh, I'm dying. I was like, this is for sure death. And then I saw this black sort of dark shadow in the corner of my room, moving closer
Like a
and
figure?
closer to me. Yeah, like a what's the word I'm looking for? Like a undescribable or indescriptive what's the word I'm
Entity.
looking- thing. Yes, thank you. Yeah, just like a moving sort of shroud of blackness.
Like human shape?
Yeah,
though?
yeah, like vaguely human shape, with you could see that it had a head and then a kind of a body, and then it got closer and closer to me, and I was just I remember trying to frustratingly move my body, and I couldn't move, and and then I eventually just kind of succumbed to it, and I was like, okay, I guess I'm dying.
Oh my god.
I was like, oh, okay.
And then how did it end?
And then I just could start moving eventually. And then a few minutes had passed, and then I finally could start moving, and I moved, and I was like, oh, okay, I guess I'm fine. And I just went on with my day, completely freaked out of my mind for the rest of the day, because I was like, are you still alive? Is this hell? I was like, this has to be hell, right?
Oh, it's
No,
terrifying.
it's totally fine. It's still real life. It
Yeah.
wasn't hell.
That's scary.
Yeah, it was scary. You have sleep paralysis too?
It only happened once. There was this week where I kept waking up at 3 a.m.
I always wake up at 3 a.m.
Yeah.
Me
it
too.
was
I wake up
weird.
at 3 a.m.
3 or
all the
4.
time. Between 3 to 4.
Yeah.
3:30ish
Yeah.
sometimes.
Why?
I don't know why. But that's the demon hour or whatever.
Demon hour,
yeah.
right? Yeah.
And I remember I was on my side, and I could feel someone sitting on the edge of my bed, and I like for some reason knew it was like a woman or like a witch or something.
Yeah.
But instead of and I kept trying to turn to tell her to get the fuck off my bed.
Hey, bitch.
For some reason, I wasn't scared. I just kept being like, and then like, because I was like, I gotta tell this bitch to get the fuck out of here. And finally, I moved my body, and no one was there, and I was like, oh, okay.
I gotta tell this bitch to get out of
It'd be fun if you're like, well, if you're back there, at least spoon me or something.
Oh, God. Those pillows aren't for you, bitch.
Wow. Wow, I'm glad we started recording again.
I'm crying.
It was totally worth it. I just love how I'm like, do you guys have any ghost experiences? No. Stop. Actually. So there was this woman sitting on my chest, right? All black entity. Totally weird.
Totally.
Wait, and then so what about like aliens or anything? Do you guys think?
I'm not sure yet.
I think they exist.
Yeah.
For us to not think that aliens exist is so
Yeah.
Yeah,
as a
it's-
species, like, it's insane.
Because there's so many
Obsessed.
universes.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Like, the level of entitlement to think that the whole universe is
Yeah.
ours.
It's just for us.
Yeah. Haven't we learned anything, guys?
I mean, it
Yeah.
would be like us to just ruin this planet and then just move to another planet.
That's what all the futuristic shows are about.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like, that's like what freaking Fern Gully. That's the same thing.
Oh.
Avatar is the
No-
same
You
thing.
guys remember Earth 2 with Tim Curry?
That movie was so bad.
No, it's a TV show, and there's like a
Wait,
dune buggy.
It was
and like
called
a little
Earth 2?
Earth 2. It had Tim Curry in it.
Curry.
I loved it, and they canceled it.
It was in the 90s,
Yes,
right?
I watched it like as a
remember
very
that.
small child.
Wow.
God, I have like flashbacks from that.
Yeah,
'Cause Tim
he had.
Curry's
I
a
think he
very
had.
specific
I'm not
face.
sure if he
Yeah.
had dreads or not. He might.
I think
have.
you're picturing John Travolta.
John
and
for
it-
No, but
Uh,
okay.
what is it?
L. Ron Hubbard movie.
No.
Yeah.
I gotta Google
the
this.
worst. It was voted like worst movie of all time.
worst movie.
Field Earth.
Oh, Battlefield.
Battlefield Earth. He had dreads.
Battlefield Earth. Oh, he did have dreads.
Oh,
Yeah.
I got it. Tim
He
Curry.
looked like an
Earth.
industrial DJ.
Yes.
You just go back to the toupee. Yeah.
Oh, you're right.
That's it. That's
He looks
it.
like he
It's
was
just-
It's just
shipwrecked.
curly hair. It's
just
it's
burped.
more
I'm
like
sorry, guys.
Encino Man. Encino Man hair.
Yeah. Yeah, he looks kind of good there. I'm so glad we did this. Okay, let's say bye again.
Okay.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to the Comedy Here Often podcast. Make sure to follow us on all our social media at Comedy Here Often on all formats. And make sure to follow Randee Neumeyer and Fatima Dhowre on all their social media. Next week on the show, Dave Harris and Trevor Lawless of Beer Me